guys, it's Jenny. Today I thought I might just show you all the brushes that I use every day, the ones that I think are most important. So when you're trying to start a makeup brush collection, you can go out and maybe think of this video and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna need that kind of brush type of thing. Well, first off, this is my little eyeshadow brush container that has all my eye brushes. A little shot glass, which now serves as my brush holder. First is the Essence of Beauty brushes. This is the pack that's the eyeshadow brushes. You have the regular thick eyeshadow brush, and then this one is the angled one. These ones are really good if you just want to wake up in the morning and put a solid color on your eyelids. And also what they're really good for is if you have put your eyeshadow up a little too high, you don't have to go back and get a Q-tip that has makeup remover on it and try to swipe it off that way. You can just take these brushes, put the color that you're going to put on your, the brow bone, and if you just do this, blend the two together, it works for taking off the extra eyeshadow that went up too high and blending it out. So that's what I really like using these. Next, the brush that is my newest brush that I bought is this e.l.f. brush. It's a fluffy dome brush. It's just awesome. I love it so much, and I actually got it from the dollar store. I use this for my brow bone and for blending all my colors, so this is a good blending brush, a big fluffy dome brush. I really like my crease set from Essence of Beauty. Also got this from CVS. It comes with a really thin one and a thick one. This is good for if you're trying to do smoky eyes. You use the big one to fill in your crease and do the outer corner. I like to use this little one for also doing the outer corner, and also I like to use it for underneath my eyes if I feel like I want to put some eyeshadow on the bottom of my eyelids. These are my two gel eyeliner brushes. As you can see, I didn't clean these before the video, so shame on me, but this is from Sephora. It was really expensive, this little one. I think I paid $17 for it because once I got my gel eyeliner, it actually came in the Smashbox kit, which comes with this one. And at the time, I just didn't like using this style, just wide in one line. I liked using this little tiny point to do my eyeliner, so I went out and paid, I think, $17 for this one. So if you can find cheaper ones, this is awesome, but you should... I'm going to do a video on how to do gel eyeliner, but this Smashbox collection that I got it from came with this brush in the kit, and this is what I use now. I hardly use this one anymore. I use this one all the time, every day of my life. So whichever one you prefer. If you're not going to get Smashbox or Sephora, you can decide for yourself which ones you like. This little eyeshadow brush came with an eyeshadow from HIP, that eyeshadow brand. You don't have to get exactly this one, but I do like to have little tiny small brushes. It's just good for if you're trying to do half of your eye with a certain color, or well, pretty much that. And also if you are trying to press your eyeshadow on instead of rubbing it on, this is good because it'll pick up just a little bit of the color that you want, and you can put it on more precisely than if you had a thicker brush and we're trying to do that. This just works best. Now that we're done with all the eyeshadow brushes, these two brushes I use every day. This is my Kabuki. I love my Kabuki with all my heart. This is what I use to put on my bronzer and any face powder that I use. Kabukis are so soft. They're a lot of places, if you go to professional makeup stores like Sephora or Ulta, they're expensive. They're more $17. This I was lucky enough to find in a job lot in Rhode Island. So I really just like them because they're really soft, and because they're a dome, they put the powder on better. I use this brush for contouring with the bronzer and then just putting the bronzer all over. And then I also got this e.l.f. brush from the dollar store the other day. So go check your dollar store, see if they have them, because I love them. This is my angled brush that I use for my face. What I use this for is to highlight my face. So what I've been doing is, this is an eyeshadow thing that I have, but what I do is I used to use this color a lot, and I still do, for highlighting my eyes, and now I use it for highlighting my cheekbones. So even though it's an eyeshadow, it's just like a shimmery color that's not like, it's not like it's purple where you're gonna see it. It's like almost iridescent, I think that's the word. But I just take a little on my brush, pat it, and then you put it on the top of your cheekbones to give it a little bit of an extra shine. And while it still gives it a shine, you're not going to necessarily see it. And if you want, you can put it on the bridge of your nose too. I think that makes it look skinnier. I don't know. I don't usually do that. I just put it on the top of my cheekbones. And I just think it makes it look a little prettier. And this was my old bronzer brush before I got the Kabuki. It's this pretty much the same principle, just the dome shape, big brush, good for powders and stuff. I just got the Kabuki because Kabukis tend to be really soft, and this brush is kind of painful. It's not painful, it just is rough bristles instead of the really soft Kabuki. So those are all my brushes that I have that I think are the necessary brushes to have in your collection. My next investment of what I'm going to buy is probably a stippling brush. It's those brushes that if you ever go into like a Sephora or anything, they have like a thick amount of like bristles at the bottom. Let's see if I can describe this. It would be like this much at the bottom, and then at the top it's really soft bristles, and it's not this much. They're more spaced out, and usually they're white on the top. But what that's for is if you have liquid foundation and you stipple your concealer on your face. However, I don't own one now because I've mostly been using powder. I usually just use my Dream at Mousse powder because in the summer I don't like to wear a lot of heavy foundation. But yep, that is my collection. I hope it helped you guys in some way, shape, or form, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!